Donald Trump really, really wants his $400 million bribe. I mean, plane from Qatar, and he does not at all like that people are pointing out that this is the most wildly corrupt bribe, literally in history. Yesterday, I think it was in the production meeting, I talked about how in the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, they like bribed that guy with like a Rolls Royce and a bunch of like gold and stuff. That was not anything compared to this. He really wants it. And like people are like calling it corrupt. Even the right is criticizing him. He doesn't like that at all. So he's changing his tactic. Initially, he was just gonna accept it. Now he wants to butter people up with some world-class whining.
These planes, the plane that you're in right now is almost 40 years old. And when you land and you see Saudi Arabia and you see UAE and you see Qatar and you see all this, and they have these brand new Boeing 747s mostly, and you see ours next to it. This is like a totally different plane. It's much smaller, it's much less impressive as it is. And you know, we're the United States of America. I believe that we should have the most impressive plane. So anyway, so they said to me, we would like to, in effect, we would like to make a gift. You've done so many things, and we'd like to make a gift to the Defense Department, which is where it's going.
Okay, so we're gonna turn to the blatant lie at the end there, but the vast majority of it was, they have nicer planes than me. They're bigger. They have nicer interiors. Oh, well, I mean, like you're mostly talking about people who rule over incredibly closed systems where people have no rights, with even worse income inequality than we have, where they extract all of the wealth from their system. So yeah, they buy themselves really nice planes, but we have a different system. Oh, actually, no, we don't really anymore. That is kind of the system we have. Maybe he does deserve the plane, actually. I mean, if we're gonna have a dictatorship, shouldn't he have a palace in the sky? Yeah. But again, maybe I'm expecting too much or hoping for too much out of the MAGA movement. But like a billionaire whining that his plane isn't nice enough. This is your man of the people. This is what right-wing populism is worth. 100 days in, I want gold interior. I want suede. It's not nice enough. I want 9 bathrooms with multiple bidets. I deserve it. Why don't you just buy yourself a new plane? Seriously, we've already got a new Air Force One coming. He can't wait a year or two to get it. We have to have this now. And on top of all of that, they're not giving it to the Defense Department. And I feel like I'm going crazy, Sharon, because I'm glad that people are rightly pointing out that this is a bribe, that this is utterly corrupt. I'm glad that they're doing that. But why is no one talking about, like, maybe we could just say, we'll accept the plane, which there's issues with that, but he can't keep it afterward. Like, I literally have not seen a single person on CNN, MSNBC, Jake Tapper, I haven't seen propose it. I don't know any of the other people on there because I don't watch those networks, but like, okay, you give it to the Defense Department and we use it. Oh, great deal, it saved 400 million. And then that's it. Why does he have to take it afterward? And he's saying, oh, I'm not gonna use it after, it just goes to the library. Well, then what's the difference if you just leave it for the US? Leave it for Vance as president to use or whatever. Why does he have to take it afterward, Sharon?
Yeah, and I mean, if he's gonna stay for a third term, this whole thing, is moot, okay? He takes it because he's greedy, okay? And you're going crazy, I am too, because we're stuck with maybe 1 or 1.5 feet in yesteryear. We're still believing that things should make a little bit of sense. What are you talking about? Is the plane flying? Are you able to leave the luxurious cabin where presidents sit on Air Force One and lie to the media in the back cabin? Yes, it is serving a purpose. If you want bigger and fuller, go to a plastic surgeon, but leave us out of it, okay? Leave us out of it. This is nutso. And even the Republicans like Lindsey Graham and some of these others, not Tuberville, of course, who's jamming everything up, saying people give gifts all the time. Both teams played hard. Like, it's just so stupid. And I don't know why he doesn't just lie. He should have told half of a lie. Oh, this is for us, which I agree with you. It has issues. And then don't say the other part. Just steal it on your way out or something, or after your third term. It's just ludicrous.
Look, and maybe we're moving in the direction that I'm calling for, because he had posted on Truth Social. We don't have this graphic, but he says the Boeing 747 is being given to the United States Air Force / Department of Defense, not to me. Then you don't get to take it, right? I think that follows. If it's not yours, if it's being given to the US government, okay, and you can even say it's being given to the US taxpayers, although they don't get to use it or whatever. He keeps saying we should have a nice plane. I don't get to fly in it. Then you don't get to take it afterward. Sometimes I am just maddened by how you can have hundreds and hundreds of elected representatives and members of the media, and the most obvious thing in the world isn't talked about. It took how long for them to point out that the crypto stuff was absolutely massive bribery? So, and also, I have to imagine, I have to hope, and I'm asking this as a serious question to the audience. Do you care how nice the interior of Air Force One is? Like, is that a thing that you stake national pride on? He implies, as a rich guy, an elitist, out of touch, that obviously you have to have a really nice plane. Everybody wants that. I don't care at all what plane he flies on. I didn't care what plane Joe Biden flew on. Did I ever mention 4 years of the damage report? Man, it really sucks that Joe Biden, a Democrat, has to be on this crappy plane. No, nobody cares. I will acknowledge the new plane is nicer. You can see a shot of it. Or I don't know if it's the exact same one, but it's basically the same. The interior is, it's golden, I guess. I can see why he would like that. And then if you go to the current Air Force One, you can see that photo on the right. Like, yeah, it does look really crappy, but I think that's mostly the company more than the interior. When you pack those people in there, yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad regardless. But anyway, this is just a part of, again, the buttering up of Donald Trump. The plane is the biggest part of it, but Maggie Haberman actually points out that these foreign leaders, these foreign dictators sure know how to win Trump over. Take a look.
These are countries with significant interests for the Trump family businesses. Number two, Trump looks about as happy as you can imagine. He is being treated like a king. And we have seen many instances where he has wanted to be treated sort of commensurate with leaders in foreign countries, in autocratic countries, or with autocratic leadership. And he looks as if he is ruling over everything right now.
He is such an utterly pathetic little baby. How easy he is to win over. Like, he has no capacity to understand that these people are playing him. None whatsoever. He has tiny little baby boy needs that they, actual savvy despots, can easily see. He's utterly transparent. They play him to his face, and he has no capacity to understand that. And honestly, the plane is like, I think, the second best example of how easy he is to win over. But here's the best example. They deployed a mobile McDonald's for his trip because God forbid he go a week without a Big Mac. How does he not? Like, I would be so deeply offended by the utter lack of disrespect being shown, by the fake respect. That is disrespect because it shows they understand how blatantly pathetic his psychology is, and he just can't tell it. Sharon, any other thoughts?
Yeah, and let's play this out here. You don't really even need to have some kind of profiler, specifically trained KGB type, intelligence provider to figure Trump out. You have a small child at home. I have a 13-and-a-half-year-old. Your child is more sophisticated than that. I assure you, you're not going to be able to trick her, okay? She's now of a certain age, month, even if you count them all up, that she's not gonna be tricked by this. She's gonna know what you're doing, okay? You want me to go to bed, don't you? He does, this is just so ridiculous. An intern probably said, why don't we get that McDonald's truck put out here, okay? It probably doesn't even exist, but let's just make one real quick and he'll be fine. Put Big Macs on there. Get the sauce right.
So utterly pathetic. There are elected officials who have been jailed for accepting bribes. And again, if you were to add up all of the bribes they've ever accepted, it would not match this. And they're in jail. So throw him in jail. Like, I know it's not gonna happen. I know I'm crazy. I have Trump derangement syndrome for saying the guy who was the most corrupt ever should spend the most time in prison. But let's make it happen. And I know most parts of our system fall apart. They wouldn't be able to make it happen. But I think we could get him in the cell. Lead him there with fries. I think that you could get him in there. Just have a McChicken just resting on the bed. I think he'd go after it. He wouldn't be able to see that manipulation either.